When you think of modern fashion, one image instantly burns into your mind. The stark white high collar, the jet black sunglasses, the silver ponytail. Karl Lagerfeld didn't just design fashion, he engineered himself into an unforgettable living logo. But beneath that carefully curated armed exterior was a man who lived entirely on paper. He famously said, "I design like I breathe." And right now, the world is getting an unprecedented final look at how that brief actually formed on the page. Sotheby's Paris recently announced a massive online auction, Karl Lagerfeld's Estate Part 6 Inspirations. We're talking about over 1,000 private, completely insane sketches spanning from the 1960s all the way to his final days in 2019. Early couture ideas, personal inspiration boards, and even satirical drawings he hid from the public. The wildest part? There are no reserved prices. Buying starts at just €1. Hello, beautiful minds, and welcome. Today's video is about Karl Lagerfeld. Today we're looking past the sunglasses. We're breaking down the biography, the ruthless work ethic, the legendary career spanning Chanel and Fendi, and exactly how he used paper and cosmetics to run the entire fashion world. To understand how Karl became the machine capable of designing up to 14 collections a year, you have to go back to his childhood. Born in Hamburg, Germany in 1933, Karl grew up wealthy but isolated. His father was a successful milk merchant, but his mother, Elizabeth, was the true force of nature. She was sharp, demanding, and incredibly witty. She told the young Karl that his stories were too boring to listen to, so he better speak faster, a habit that stuck with him for life. Karl escaped into his books, history, and drawing. He learned French, English, and Italian before he was a teenager. In 1952, at just 19 years old, he packed up his sketches and moved to Paris. He didn't have a big plan. He just had an eye for line and proportion. His big break came in 1954. The International Wool Secretariat hosted the prestigious design competition. A young Karl submitted his sketch for a coat. He won his first prize. Here's a fun historical fact. The winner of the dress category that exact same year was a young guy named Yves Saint Laurent. That moment sparked a decade-long, intensely personal and professional rivalry that would shape the landscape of modern French fashion. After his competition win, Karl was immediately hired by Pierre Balmain and then Jean Patou. But Karl quickly realized something that shocked the old-school fashion establishment. He didn't want his own static couture house. He didn't want his name on the door. He wanted freedom. He became the fashion's ultimate freelance gun for hire. He went to Chloe in the 60s and 70s, completely redefining the brand into the epitome of a faultless, romantic Parisian bohemian style. But his most revolutionary, longest-lasting partnership started in Rome in 1965 with Fendi. 5 Italian sisters ran an historic leather and fur house, and they hired this young German designer to shake things up. And boy did he. Karl took fur, which at the time was heavy, stiff, and the rigid symbol of status, and completely deconstructed it. He sheared it, dyed it wild colors, knitted it, and made it lightweight and fluid. He literally coined the phrase fan fur and designed the famous inverted double F logo in under 3 seconds on a napkin. That partnership lasted over 50 years until his death. It's the longest relationship between a designer and the fashion house in history. By the early 1980s, Karl was highly successful, wealthy, and respected. But his true defining moment was about to find him. In 1983, he was approached by Chanel. Now, today we think of Chanel as the ultimate peak of luxury, but in 1983, Chanel was considered dead. Coco Chanel had passed away over a decade prior, and the house was surviving entirely on its perfume career. Karl took the job anyway, and his strategy was brilliant, ruthless, and highly effective. He took Coco Chanel's sacred design signature, the tweed suit, the pearls, the gold chains, the quilted bag, and he subverted them. He blew up the proportion, cropped the jackets, paired classic tweeds with denim and leather, and slapped double C logo onto everything from surfboard to snowboard. He famously remarked, "Respect is the death of creativity." He treated Coco's legacy not like a museum piece, but like a playground. He weaponized pop culture, anticipated the rise of logomania, and transformed the runaway from a quite silent presentation into a massive multi-million-dollar theatrical pop spectacle. He built literal icebergs, space stations, and replicas of Parisian streets inside of the Grand Palais. He made Chanel the most coveted luxury brand in the world. So how did one man manage all this simultaneously, designing for Chanel, Fendi, and his own label all at once? It comes back to the very reason the world is buzzing about his estate auction today: his unparalleled sketching process. Karl didn't sit at a mannequin or play with fabric drape. He sat at a desk with paper and a pen. His drawings were absolute technical blueprint because his understanding of garment architecture was so precise. The premiers, the heads of his design ateliers, could look at a single sketch and immediately know exactly where a seam needed to bend or how a sleeve should hang. If a look had an intricate back detail, he'd sketch the rear view right next to the front. And to communicate color texture to his fabric teams, he used cosmetics. He painted his sketches with high-end eyeshadow and lipsticks because the pigments mimicked the matte look of wool and the supple sheen of silk far better than traditional paints ever could. When Karl Lagerfeld passed away in 2019 at the age of 85, an entire era of fashion ended. He was the last of the legendary couturiers who could draw, write, design, and shoot their own advertising campaigns. And his cultural presence hasn't faded. From the massive Metropolitan Museum of Art Costume Institute gala dedicated to his work, to the current 2026 Sotheby's auctions releasing his deepest and most personal creative archives to the public, we are still uncovering new layers of his mind. Ultimately, Karl's biggest design creation wasn't a gown or a handbag. It was his own life. A kid from Germany who redrew his reality every single day until the world finally looked exactly the way he wanted it to. If you could want one piece of fashion history, would it be a finished garment or the raw sketch that birthed it? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and turn on notifications for more deep dives into the history of style. I'll see you in the next video.